Hi everyone, Lex Gray here. Welcome to another video. This will be a special one. I'm putting a little more effort into it regarding the rules, the amount of minis on the board, and something a little different. So, what system we'll be using today? Well, one-page rules as always, but it will be Grimdark Future, maybe Firefight, depends on how you want to define it. So, the objective here, there will be a team of defenders, and then there will be a team of invaders. Defenders have this square-shaped base guarding a reactor. The invaders have to either kill the team, defenders, or take out the core. Now, the core, the reactor, whatever you want to call it, has a health of 20. Every successful wound will reduce it by 1. Obviously, there can be multiple wounds in one shot. That's it. Let's go to the board, and I'll show you who is on each team. All right, before we deploy our participants here, we have the defenders on the top row, and we have the invaders on the bottom row. Now, those are the stats if you guys want to get a little quick snapshot of that. But basically, we have, for the defenders, 4 troops, 4 troop units. There's 4 in each unit. We have a light mech, a medium mech, and a large mech. For the invaders, it's mostly vehicles and 2 attack helicopters. So we have 2 small tanks or light tanks. We have 1 medium tank, 1 large tank, and the 2 attack helicopters. Now, the attack helicopters are really the ones who have the only special rule for this game. They'll be able to fly over, fly around, and do their thing. This will be used for our health tracker regarding the reactor. And of course, we'll be trying to play this in 4 rounds. I don't know. It might go beyond 4 rounds, so we'll see how that starts. But that is essentially the roster of participants. I will deploy them and be right back. Okay, our teams are deployed and ready to go. Something a little different with this video, hope it works out, will be this little laser pointer to help you guys see where I'm looking and what I'll be doing. Instead of using my finger, which I might at times, I'm going to use this laser pointer to show you who I'm talking about, what I hope to do. So these doors here, they have a toughness of 3, essentially a health of 3, much like the reactor. They will be obviously needing to take up to 3 wounds to be destroyed. We have our defenders inside, and then we have our invaders on the south end of the map. We've got some trees just for decoration, and that is going to be the start. Now, let's roll off to see who goes first. Blue dice will be for the invaders. Actually, you know what? No. Blue dice will be for the defenders. We can consider them the heroes of the story. The invaders will be the bad guys. They'll be red. Let's roll off to see who goes first. Okay, so first move will be the invaders. All right. Let's see what to do first. Let's move our small tanks, the light tanks. We'll move them just a few inches closer and shoot at that door. They need to get inside and destroy that reactor. This will be our first shot for today. So the light tanks have a quality of 5 with 1 shot armor piercing of 1. So we are going to roll 2 dice because we're moving. Actually, I'm sorry. They're not a unit together. They could be a unit together. You know what? I will pair them up as a unit for now. Let's make a custom house rule right there. Okay, so we're shooting twice. It should be 1, but I goofed up and I'm just going to roll with it. So let's roll 2 attacks here. We need 5 or more. None of them hit. Okay, so both of these guys have moved. Like I said, I kind of made a mistake. So what I'll do is move two of the defenders because of that to kind of balance that mistake. And let's see what to do. I'm going to move this guy and this one to the middle, and that's really all. We can't shoot. There are no turrets. Wasn't hoping that would work, but obviously not. Okay, next we need to move our medium tanks. So I'm going to move one of these tanks up here and shoot at the door. This will be the medium tank has quality of 4 and 2 shots, armor piercing of 1. One shot goes through. I roll a save for the door. Can the door save? Actually, you know what? The door doesn't have stats. So let me see here. Let's give the door some stats. Just a really simple number. Let's do 4. Just, it's the middle of the road. 4 or higher. That's a fail. So the door takes its first wound. Forgot about the door. All right, so put this dice here. The door has 1 wound. Okay, so medium tank has gone. The large mech in the back there, he will remain where he is. He will hold. There's not much we can do with him. Okay. Next, back to our invaders. This tank right here will go up a bit and shoot at the door. The large tank has quality of 3, 2 shots with an AP of 2, and those are both successful. We need 2 saves for the door. Remember, it's just the default 4. Oh, success. Okay. Now the large tank is gone. And now back to our defenders. We have the 4 troops left. We'll hold excuse me. We'll hold these guys. Now our attack copters. So the attack copters, I didn't give them the fast special. They can only move up to 6 inches, but obviously they ignore any ground terrain. So this will be interesting. I never used copters before. This guy will be here, and he will shoot at the reactor. His attack is 5 up with only 1 shot, with toughness of 2, if you're curious. So 5 up. He's shooting at the reactor. 3, and the reactor will also have a 4 default. Okay, so that's a fail. But now the copter's exposed. So the copter has gone. Let's see if that worked there. Yep, there we go. Okay, and now the infantry, they can shoot at the copter. Let's move, obviously we have to move this one here. They will shoot at the copter. And they have 4 attacks total with the 5 up. So here we go. Oh, some good shots. So 3 go through. Now we gotta roll 3 for defense. We're going to the copter. Now the copter has defense of 5. Those troops have no armor piercing. I forgot to consider armor piercing in the earlier interactions. Let's see. Copter has 5 up. All of those fail. So it has a toughness of 2. So it takes, well, 3 wounds, which means it requires it to do its first wound roll. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So 7 or more, it's off the field. 2, that's going to be 5. So it is still in the game. I'm not going to do shaken for a copter or any of the mechs or tanks. I might not even use shaken at all for this game. Still thinking about an alternative to that, but for now, there's no shaken condition to worry about. The copter is there, and he can't do anything longer. Now, obviously, those troops have gone, so let's give them their little token there. Token appreciation. I'm going to flip this over so you guys can see it. And now back to the invaders. The other copter, he's going to move in and shoot at the door. Got to get that thing open to help his teammates get inside that base. All right, let's go. Hopefully the base is not too small for a full-on battle. Get really congested. Now the copter, like before, has an attack of 4 up and 2 shots. So Let's roll for it. Needs to beat, there it is, 5. 1 goes through. The door defends as a door with 4 up. Armor piercing. The copter has no armor piercing. I'm surprised I did that. That's a fail, so now it gets 2 wounds. Okay. Door's almost destroyed at 3. Okay. Next, that is it for the copter. Now back to our troops here. These guys right here will shoot at the copter that's still obviously right in front of them. And we'll roll 4 dice. The troops have the 5 up, no armor piercing. Looks like 2 go through. So, oops, let's step that over. There we go. And we need 2 saves. The copter has a save of 5 up, no armor piercing to worry about. Okay, 1 wound goes through, so 1 successful. But another wound for the copter. Let me tip that over here. And whoop. Okay, so now we got to do another check on the wounds there. Let's see. So again, got to add that 5. So it's 7 or more, it gets removed from the field. That's 8. It's gone. So the first removal is going to be for the defenders. There we go. Trying to find a spot here where I usually put my minis down. Here we go. Right out, kind of off camera. Okay, no points for deaths in this game for KOs. There we go. Okay, that is going to be it for that troop. This troop can't do anything, so he'll hold. There's obviously no one in target. But that will be round 1. Everybody has gone, and the door still remains. The reactor has not been damaged, and we lost the copter. Off to round 2. Okay, off to round 2 right there. We'll do the roll off and see who goes first. It looks like defenders go first. Okay. I'm going to hold one of the troops this time. Want to save the mechs in case these guys, the invaders, break into that door. So now, speaking of the invaders, the small tank, light tank will shoot at the doorway as it moves up a little closer. And the small tank has a 5 up with 1 AP. I always forget to use the AP, so that's a fail. It misses. Okay, so let's put that activation token here. Back to our hmm, back to our troops. Let's hold this one here. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's kind of lower in perspective where I'm standing. Back to the invaders. Let's shoot with this tank at the door. The medium tank has, actually, I'm sorry, that's a small tank. 1 shot AP. That's a fail. 5 up is required. Okay. Probably don't use the small tank for the doors. All right, back to our troops. Let's once again hold this one here to make back to the invaders. The medium tank will fire at the door right there, and we'll use its 2 dice for attack. 4 up, armor piercing 1. I need to remember this for the door. So 1 goes through, save for the doorway. 4 typically, but 5. Again, I keep forgetting that. 5. Okay, it is destroyed. All right, so that's a fail for the save. This door, let me see if I can remove this without breaking it, gets removed. Thus, they now enter the base, or they now can enter the base. So that was this tank here. There we go. Actually, these should be flipped for the enemies. Don't want to confuse these because these are not painted models, obviously. They're kind of out of the box mech Battletech minis. Okay, so now we're back to our defenders. Well, the big guy here, he has a clean shot at this small tank. So the large, he is the largest mech. He's going to attack with 3. I gave him 3 for some reason because I'm basing off his model, but I think I'm going to keep it as it is. So 3 dice. We're rolling with, we're going for 3 up. Armor piercing of 2. This might be a deadly shot. Okay, one goes through. Not what I was hoping for. 1 save for the small tank, the light tank. 5 up, armor piercing of 2 from the large, so we got to do a 6 or more. That's a fail. So this tank right here takes 1 wound, like so. It has a toughness of 2, so he's fine for now. So that guy has gone. Let's see if I can put this in without tipping over anything over. There we go. Back to our invaders. Well, large tank is going to roll in here, kind of go over the entrance like that, and shoot at this mech here. That is our small or light mech. Remember, if I say small or light, that's what they are the same. So this is the largest tank on the invaders team. He has a shot of 2. And you know what? I should make that 3 because that balances it out with the large mech. So I'm going to give him a little boost here. Oh, he does have 3. Never mind. I did do that beforehand. Okay, good. I thought I didn't. We're shooting 3, and we're 3 shots. Actually, I did not. I'm looking at something else. So I'm modifying his attack count to 3 just for fairness. There we go. Now we're doing 3 shots at 3 up. Okay, so it looks like 2 go through, and we're going to do 2 saves for the small mech. He has 5 up. Now the large thing is armor piercing of 2, so we need 6s. None of those go through. This could be a deadly game. Okay, so 2 wounds for this small mech. He has a toughness of 2, so we need to roll our wound check for him. Now with 2, that's 7 or up, he gets removed from the field. That's 6. He got lucky. Remember, no, we're not doing shaken for this game. We're just kind of pushing through. Okay, so that tank did go through, but he kind of left himself exposed. Now back to our defenders. Let's have this same light mech return fire back at the large tank that is at the doorway. Okay, so the small mech has 2 shots with armor piercing of 1 and 5 up. Ooh, okay, 1 goes through at least. That's fine, I'll take that. And the large tank has a save of 3 up, but the armor piercing of 1, I believe, increases that. Actually, it's 4 up. He has his saving. So he needs a 5. Oh, look at that. It lands right next to the actual, it lands right there next to him with the 5, which is what we required. And he is safe for now. So his armor plated exterior saves him. And now this guy has gone. Okay, back to our invaders. The copter is the last one to move. He's going to fly in 6 inches. I'd say probably, hmm, maybe we can go on the side here. I think it's fair to say he can shoot over the wall at this point if he's flying. So we'll move him here, but I'll let the large mech, maybe the medium mech shoot him. The small mech is kind of as tall as the wall. The medium mech is, I think, just looking over. So the large mech is the only real mech that can shoot the copter beyond the wall. Maybe a penalty applies, but now the copter is going to shoot directly at the core, and the core has the HP of 20 still with the 4 target number by default. So the copter has, let's see, has 2 shots, no armor piercing. There they go. One goes through, save for the core, and we need 4 up, no armor piercing to worry about. That's a save. Now, should the core have saves? I think, not too sure. Let me know what you guys think on that. And I wish this was live and I can get response in a couple seconds here, but I don't know. The doors, I was questionable on that, trying it out for this video, but I don't do scenery rolls that often, or scenery actually has, it can be destroyed. So I'd say if an enemy has a clean shot at the reactor, it should be able to, if it scores higher than its quality, it should be able to take the core should take a reactor. So let's ignore rolling for that, and we will let it get hurt. So 19 health right now. So I apologize. I didn't do that for the doorway. Probably could have saved some time or saved the other copter, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. So the core takes a hit from that, and he has gone. Now, like I said, the medium mech is going to go over here. His ally is in the way, so he'll shoot. I don't know. Can he? Yeah, yeah, obviously can shoot in that direction, but the cover, I'm gonna do -1 on his roll, to be honest with you, or I can give an advantage for the copter when doing the save. So that is the medium mech. He has armor piercing of 1. Let's do a regular roll for 2. We need medium mech needs 4 up. 1 goes through. Even if I did apply a -1 on that, it still goes through. A save with armor piercing of 1 for the attack helicopter, it needs 6. Oh, it got the 6 it needed. Okay, wow, the saves today are great. All right, so that the copter is fine for now. And we are going to our last unit, which is the I'm pointing while I have that, is our little troop there. So we're doing 2 moves on the same team. So the troop is going to fire at the tank that's still poking in, taking a look at what's going on. And the troop gets 4 shots here. So they need to do 5 up, no armor piercing, just a straight roll. 5 up, so we have 1 shot successfully goes through. Okay, we need 1 save. The large tank has a save of 4, which it's fine. So 5 is safe. Okay, and there you go. That's round 2. Only 1 damage done to the core. I'm thinking of even just lowering that down to 10. So I doubt we'll be able to get it all the way down to 0 within 4 rounds, which is the standard of this game for one-page rules. So I'm going to do this. You guys might not like it. You may. I'm going to lower that down to 9. So we're killing it from 10 down to 9. Okay, we'll see how that goes. All right, off to round 3. Okay, let's do our opening roll off for round 3. Red is invaders, blue is defenders. The defenders once again go first. Close that time, but still goes defenders. Okay, defenders, gotta get a strategy here. The large tank is blocking the way. So I'm gonna do this. I'm going to send this guy here with the passcode. He'll be able to go through the door and out into the back. So Mr. Medium Tank will go back here, and that's all he can do. I'll put a little token just on screen there. Okay, now to our attackers, the invaders. The large tank, he will fire at the, well, maybe, no, let's have him fire. I don't know. What would he do? I'm not sure. Let's roll a dice. 4 uphill roll. He'll attack the core. Nope, he's going for the large mech that's right there. Okay, the die has spoken. So we're rolling large tank, 3 up with 3 attacks actually, with 4 up to hit. Okay, so 2 hit. We need 2 saves. The large mech, armor piercing of 2. Large mech needs a 5 up per. Ooh, they both go through. That was a pretty good shot by the large tank. So now 2 wounds on this guy. We have to do a save now for our friend with his toughness. Actually, no, we don't. His toughness is 4. He's got the handicap until 4. So that's all the large tank can do. Let's remove that dice. Just doesn't confuse me, thinking it's wounds. And back to our defenders. Uh, let's use this unit here to fire at the large tank. We'll roll 4 dice. Oops, going for 5 up. Nothing goes through. That was a pretty useless attempt. So there we go. Back to our hmm, back to our invaders. It's getting a little stuck in here. We're going to move this tank. Let's move him around, perhaps. So 6 inches. We'll move him over here. That's all he'll do for now. We'll give him his token of gratitude. Then we'll go back to our defenders. The large tank, he will fire at. Actually, no. Let's have our light tank, the light mech, fire at the large tank. Our small, he has a 5 up with 2 attack, armor piercing of 1. 1 goes through, which is a save. Armor piercing of 1 for the large tank would be a 5 up. Okay, he takes his first wound for today, and that will be a 1, like so. No check required. He has a wound count, a toughness of 4, 3. The toughness of 3. Okay, so the small mech has gone back to our invaders. Let's say that this guy is going to fire at the, yeah, so this small tank will fire at the large mech. Small tank has a attack of 1 dice and 5 up. Okay, there we go. Here's the 5 he needed. And then our save, armor piercing. Does he have armor? He does, 1. So large mech needs a 4. That's a fail. So he takes his third wounds for today. There we go. And excuse me. That's it. Yeah, that's it for him. So uh, back to our defenders. The large tank, he's actually going to turn around and fire at the copter. No penalties for this one. Large mech will fire 3 shots. Armor piercing of 2, 3 up. They all go through. Okay, 3 saves required for the copter. Needs a 6 basically. And they all go through. So the copter, heavily damaged now, with 3 wounds. And the copter does not have any actual toughness. Actually does 2, but he still has to check it now. So 7 or more. Okay, copter has gone bye-bye. Okay, goodbye, copter. Nice knowing you. All right. So the large tank has done everything it could. Whoops, that's not the side I want. There we go. Okay. Now back to our attackers. Only one that can move right now is this one. He's going to go here and shoot at the core. So long shot right there at the core. So he needs to hit his quality to take damage, to deal damage. The that is the lead, the small tank, the light tank. 1 shot, 5 up. Come on, get that 5. Nope, that fails. The shot misses by a mile. Okay, so with that shot done, we have 3 more troops left. So let's finish up the round here. This troop will move in to fire at the large tank who's still sitting there at the doorway. Maybe it's stuck. I think it's actually just stuck there. So narratively, if that's a reason for you guys. So the troops need to have a 5 up. 2 go through, okay. 2 saves a large tank. Large tank has 3 up. 1 save goes through, so it takes another wound, but it's not required to do a check yet. Okay, so these guys are gone. The troops now, these troops right here will fire at the large tank. Obviously, this will be 4 dice, 5 up for the troops. 1 goes through, so 1 save required. The tank needs a save like before of 4 up. There we go. It's safe on that one. Okay. Now we'll give these guys there. We'll move the troops in a bit there to shoot at the large tank. 4 shots. It's just all the heavy fire coming from the troops here. And we need 4 dice, 5 up. 1 off camera landed on a 5, and 2 went through. Now we need 2 saves for the large tank. 4 up. 1 goes through. That's a 3rd wound, which means Yep, it's time for a check. It is a toughness of 3 plus 5, that's 6, 7, 8, 8 or more. Ooh, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's safe. It's not shaken. Remember, I'm not doing shaken for this game. Okay, so there you go. We are complete in round 3. Everyone has gone. That there, that one there. Yep. Okay, off to round, possibly final round 4. It depends, really. I'm having so much fun, I might push it beyond the usual 4. Okay, so we are now on to round 4. And let's do our roll up to see who goes first. I'm going to remove that die there. Here we go. Oh my gosh, defenders get to go again. Okay, defenders, they are the main character of the story, apparently. And let's see who goes first. Here's some strategy here. Let's move him. He's been camping up there for a bit. 6 inches. I'd say he moves right down to the barrier here, or to the middle of the wall. And he will shoot at that tank. He sees an enemy. He's like, oh, this was worth it. And he will fire. That's our medium friend. He's got 4 up, armor piercing of 2 shots of 1, armor piercing of 1. Okay, 1 goes through. And we need a save for our medium tank, I believe. Yep. Armor piercing of, make it to a 5 or more. Oh, he takes his first wounds for today. All right, so that's 1 wound there. Nope, I didn't think so. There it is, 1 wound. And he has a toughness of 2, so he's fine in that department. Okay, good shot. Back to our invaders. Well, let's focus on this guy. He's going to fire back retaliation. Return fire. And this will be the medium tank with shot of 2, 4 up. 1 goes through. And let's see what happens for the save of our medium mech. I'm piercing of 1, so needs a 5 up to save. Okay, he gets a wound. So this will be another wound here. No wound save required just yet. Okay, now got a lot of wounds on the table here. That's it for the invaders. Back to defenders. The large tank is getting pissed off at seeing the large mech is getting pissed off at seeing the large tank at the doorstop. So he's going to open fire. This could be a great shot. We need 3 dice with, let's see here. I'm going to adjust a few things off camera. You guys won't be able to see what I'm doing here, but basically I'm moving my dice trays to the right. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, all right. Let's see here. We need the large tank has a shot of large mech has a shot of 3 dice. Needs 3 up. 3 is his magic number. And yes, 3 through, so he's firing at him. We need 3 saves to the large tank. Armor piercing of 2. So large tank needs needs a 6 or more. 1 save, but 2 go through. And now he is at 5, which means we have to do a save because his toughness is 3. So now, does he get removed from the field 7 or more, I think? He does. Okay. Large tank is removed. Let me make sure my math is correct here. 3, 6, 7, 8. No. Okay, he's fine. That's 7. Yeah, I did that. I almost made a mistake there. So he's safe. Large tank, toughness 3, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that would have been bad. Okay, good. So he did take damage, considerable damage, but not enough to remove him from the field into the Shadow Realm. So back to our attackers. Okay, so the large tank, obviously he's seeing that he's getting bombarded with fire, with enemy fire. So he's going to back up here. While backing up, he's going to attack the reactor. And this is obviously a simple attempt. He needs to shoot 3 up with the 3 shots he gets. So each successful shot is damage to the reactor. Okay, 2 shots. So reactor's down to 7 now. I do like that rule better. No save for the core. Okay, just dropping dice on the floor here. And now we return back to our defenders. Let's give that activation token to the large tank. And so the medium, nope, that's the small mech. He's going to walk up a bit and fire at the large tank for retaliation. And the small mech has a Shot of 2, 5 up. Armor piercing of 1, so we need 5 or more. 1 goes through, add to the large tank. 1 save large tank. 3 or 4. Armor piercing of 1, so 5 up. Look at that, 5. It's safe. Okay, no damage done. So he's gone, like that. Back to our invaders. The small tank will roll in right there and fire at the reactor. Clear shot. Let's roll for it. This will be small tank has for a 5 up with 1 dice. Got a 4. Guess what that is? That's a hit. Down to 6 now. There we go. Hope you guys can see that. Let's see. This dice goes away, and it gets an activation token here, like that. Spread these guys out a bit. I'll make sure that the dice are next to their activation tokens. Okay, good. Back to our defenders. All the mechs have gone. The troops now, they're going to rush out and attack. So these guys are sacrificing themselves to shoot at the large tank because he's the weakest. He is the most hurt and vulnerable. So we're rolling, uh, let's see, 4 dice, and we need 5 up. Here we go. 2, no, 1 goes through. Okay, 1 save for the large tank with 4 up. Nope, he takes another wound. That's 6. Oh, okay. We gotta do a save here. So again, 8 or more. That's 8. Okay, large tank goes bye-bye. So for now, all the invaders have lost. Only the invaders have lost actual people. All right, so there we go. There's a successful takedown from the troops. Good job, troops. You guys deserve that token. Okay, back to our invaders. Well, the only one that can move is this guy. He's going to shoot at the troops that have popped out. So this will be the small tank. Small tank has 1 shot, 5 up. I'm using the blue die by mistake, but it's a success. So let's flip this over. I don't like doing that. It confuses me. There we go. Small tank gets a shot, and we need 1 save because it is just 1 unit. Those pieces are not separate. They're not a party. Um, we need 5 up. There is armor piercing, so they need 6 or more. That's a fail. So they take their first wound. They do not have a toughness. Okay, so we got to roll a wound check here. Let's see, 6 or more. They are out, as I kind of expected that to happen anyways. All right, they're out of here. Goodbye. So long. We bid you adieu. Okay, that's the first one gone. Like I said, they sacrificed themselves, so that was completely expected. All right, there we go. He has gone. Now, we still have 3 troops left, so the rest of the moves go to the troops. I'm not sure how that rules actually apply in the game properly when you play it properly. But these guys can obviously open fire without going outside like the last group did. So 4 dice firing at the small tank. This guy here with the troops. We need 5 up. I love how the dice just dance on the table here. So 1 goes through. Light tank has a save of 5 up. That's a fail. So with that, it takes a wound. Okay. And its toughness is 2, so he's fine for now, but it's kind of in the gray. Token for that group there. These guys will move over and do the same thing and shoot at this guy here. We need 4 dice. Here we go. We need 5 up. 1 goes through. If you guys can see that, I hope. Yep, just on camera there. So 1 goes through. We need 1 save for the small tank. 5 up. That's a fail, so he takes a second wound. Okay, that activates a wound check with a toughness of 2. We need 7 or more. He's fine. Okay, no shaking condition to worry about. So these guys have gone. Then these guys pop in, and this tank's like, how many troops are there? And they're going to get another round of 4 shots. Here we go. We have to do the 5 up as usual. Okay, not bad. Half of them went through. That's fine. I'll take that. 2 saves for this small tank here. Let's see what happens. We need 5 up. Nope. and it is up to 4 wounds. My gosh, those troops really overwhelm that tank. So that means we have to do another wound check. 6 or more. Yep, goodbye. It is out of here. Home run. Okay, great shot from those troops. They really did their part. And that is it for round 4. Well, I don't know if it's worth continuing. We have a small tank and I think that's the medium tank. Nope. Yes, that is the medium tank. So at this point, I think it would do a morale check, but to be honest with you guys, I don't see them being able to do anything else. They would have to retreat. So game's up. They retreat. The video was pretty good length, 40 minutes. That's fine. I'll take it. I hope you guys enjoyed the a little bit more effort here in terms of production. This little scene, surround, it's just two of the maps put together with a paper clip or with a binder clip. So pretty simple. But overall, maybe I could have lowered the toughness of the health of the reactor. I probably didn't need to do the whole save check defense roll for the door, but lessons learned as always. However, I had so much fun. I did get more pieces here to make this little base. Obviously, everything else I've always had, except for the tanks, the copters, those are all new. So obviously, money spent today, but all for a good cause, and that is going to be it. So thank you for watching as always. Hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you next time.